For a brief period in 1969, the music world was gripped by a bizarre and enduring conspiracy theory. Paul McCartney, the beloved member of the Beatles, was rumored to have died in a car accident in 1966 and replaced by a lookalike. This strange story captured the public's imagination, fueled by supposed hidden messages in Beatles albums, cryptic lyrics, and fan speculation. While the rumor was officially denied multiple times, its persistence and the intrigue it generated had a lasting impact on Beatles lore. The beginnings of the rumor. The origins of the Paul is dead rumor trace back to early 1967, when a story began circulating that McCartney had been killed in a car accident on January 7 of that year. Reports claimed he had lost his life on an icy road, but the Beatles' official fan magazine, the Beatles Monthly Book, quickly debunked the tale in February 1967, calling it a false rumor. According to the magazine, Paul had not left his house on the night in question, let alone been involved in a crash. Despite the official denial, whispers of the incident continued to circulate quietly among fans. The revival of the conspiracy in 1969. The rumor regained momentum 2 years later, just before the release of Abbey Road in September 1969. A student newspaper at Drake University in Iowa published a provocative article titled, "Is Beatle Paul McCartney Dead?" The piece, written by Tim Harper, speculated that McCartney might be dead, insane, or otherwise incapacitated. Harper's assertions were based on interpretations of Beatles' album art and lyrics, sparking renewed interest in the possibility of hidden messages. Harper's analysis highlighted Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band as a source of alleged clues. He pointed to a hand raised above Paul's head on the album cover, interpreting it as an ancient death symbol. He also noted a left-handed guitar lying as if on a grave, an especially compelling detail since McCartney was famously left-handed. On the back cover, Paul was the only Beatle not facing the camera, while in the centerfold, he was wearing a black armband. These observations, though speculative, added a layer of mystery that captivated fans. The clues in album art and lyrics. The conspiracy theory didn't stop with Sgt. Pepper's. Harper and others examined subsequent albums for additional evidence. On the cover of the Magical Mystery Tour, released in November 1967, Paul was identified as the Walrus, a figure fans claimed symbolized death. This interpretation gained traction after the release of Glass Onion in 1968, in which John Lennon sang, "The Walrus was Paul." Fans also speculated that the avant-garde track, Revolution 9 from the Beatles, commonly known as the White Album, contained subliminal messages about death when played backward. By the fall of 1969, these so-called clues had evolved into a full-blown narrative, with fans piecing together supposed evidence from album covers, song lyrics, and other Beatles-related material. The fervor reached its peak when Detroit DJ Russ Gibb dedicated an hour-long radio segment to the topic on October 12, 1969. Listeners called in to share their theories, fueling the frenzy further. Fred Labor's satirical contribution. Amid this growing hysteria, Fred Labor, a University of Michigan student, added fuel to the fire. Tasked with reviewing Abbey Road for his university newspaper, Labor wrote a satirical piece titled "McCartney Dead: New Evidence Brought to Light," which presented fabricated details about Paul's supposed death. Published on October 14, 1969, the article claimed that McCartney had been replaced by a Scottish orphan named William Campbell, among other outlandish assertions. Labor's story included several fabricated clues that were eagerly adopted by conspiracy theorists. He suggested that the letters OPD on McCartney's black armband in Sgt. Pepper's stood for officially pronounced dead, a British equivalent of DOA, dead on arrival. He also claimed that Paul's bare feet on the Abbey Road cover signified a corpse, and pointed out that McCartney was holding a cigarette in his right hand, even though he was left-handed, a supposed sign of an imposter. Though intended as a joke, Labour's article was taken seriously by many readers, and its fictional claims became intertwined with the Paul is dead lore. This marked a turning point in the conspiracy, as it began to gain national and international attention. The national media and the escalation of the rumor. By late October 1969, the Paul is dead rumor had captured national attention, spreading far beyond its origins in fan speculation. On October 21, New York radio station WABC hosted an in-depth discussion of the theory, airing it across 38 states and reaching millions of listeners. By this point, the narrative had undergone significant evolution, with the alleged car accident now dated to November 9, 1966. The mysterious Billy Shears, a name famously mentioned in Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, had replaced the earlier claim that Paul's double was a Scottish orphan named William Campbell. The Beatles' press office continued to dismiss the theory, describing it as baseless and absurd. However, their denials only seemed to fuel the fire, as fans and media outlets alike dissected every Beatles album for potential hidden clues. Even an interview with McCartney himself, published in Life magazine on November 7, 1969, in which he explicitly reassured the public that he was alive, failed to stop the momentum of the rumor. The conspiracy's persistence demonstrated the power of media amplification, the creativity of Beatles fans, and the collective fascination with mysteries, no matter how implausible they might seem. The impact on Beatles album sales. While the rumor surrounding Paul McCartney's alleged death stirred up controversy, it also produced an unexpected silver lining: a dramatic boost in Beatles album sales. Fans, gripped by the intrigue, began revisiting the band's music to hunt for the supposed hidden messages and clues embedded in album art and lyrics. This renewed attention caused a surge in popularity for albums like Magical Mystery Tour and Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, both of which re-entered Billboard's top album charts. The controversy added a layer of mystique to the Beatles' already legendary status, further cementing their position as cultural icons. For many, the allure of uncovering secrets in the band's work became as compelling as the music itself. The heightened interest brought by the Paul is dead phenomenon not only bolstered album sales, but also reinforced the timeless appeal of the Beatles' artistry. The conspiracy's ability to captivate public imagination, even in the absence of truth, highlighted the band's unmatched cultural impact and the enduring curiosity they inspire among fans. The televised cross-examination. The culmination of the Paul is dead frenzy took place on a televised event hosted by New York's War Network in late November 1969. The program, moderated by the renowned attorney F. Lee Bailey, explored the conspiracy theory in a mock cross-examination format. Among the participants was Fred Labour, the University of Michigan student whose satirical article had significantly fueled the rumor. Thanks for watching. Whether you believe Paul is strumming his bass on Abbey Road or sipping tea on a secret Scottish island as Billy Shears, this tale proves one thing: fans have way too much time on their hands. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because, who knows, maybe you'll uncover the next big conspiracy. Stay curious, and remember Paul is probably still alive.